You guys like ever listen to a song and it gets stuck in your head? Like a catchy song, like a catchy tune. And for some reason it just gets stuck in your head. It can be anything. And it doesn't even have to be the best song out there. It can be something completely shit. But like before you know it, you're always playing it back in your head and you're trying to go sleep and it keeps playing until you get tired of it. I've had a few songs like that as well. I was listening to Wonderwall by Oasis, which is a really, really popular song, and I'm sure a lot of my followers know what song I'm talking about. Um, and next thing you know, I just find myself singing to it, like baby, like I don't know the lyrics for fucking shit, but I know the tune. I've always been good like that. Like every song I ever listen to, I'll know like a few lyrics. I don't know if this happens to anybody else. Like I'll know a few lyrics, and I'll sing them, and then after that, nothing, no words come to my head, and then I just go along with the tune. I'm like, no, 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 and after all, you're my wonder. With a beautiful angelic voice like mine, I should maybe go on X Factor. Can you imagine? I remember when one of my boys told me, he was like, "Oh, you should go on X Factor," and it's a dare, and we'll see, it'll be joke. But fuck that. In front of a live audience, nah, man. There's like 10, 15,000 people sat in the audience. You're in front of like four judges as well, Simon and fucking, Alicia Dixon and whoever those other two cunts are. And you have to sing, even if it's for a joke, that shit's getting recorded. And if they decide to air that, 100% that's going to be made into a YouTube clip and it's going to fucking go public and be put into a meme. And then that's it. Like we live in an era where anything can go viral. Like the smallest thing can go viral, and when it does, it's over for you. If it's good, then you can make profits off that. You can monopolize off that, and if you got like a quick thinking brain, you got a business minded brain, you can make money off it. But if it's something fucking stupid, yeah, and I have to work for the rest of my life. I don't want to be going to my 9 to 5 and people coming up to me and going, "Oh, you're that cunt who we saw on YouTube who tried to sing this song and blah 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 and this and that." Fuck that. I'm not the one. I'm not the one to do that. But it's just one of those things, like like I said, humming along to a tune, like that's me. And then other times I'll be, before the whole coronavirus, I'd just be sat there in my car going to work, and I'm a big fan of UK rap, and I'm just sat there, and in UK rap, this is for my international people all around the world who listen to this podcast, and even you people in the UK who might not know about this genre of music, but I like listening to drill music. So it's like hardcore UK rap, and it's quite popular in the United Kingdom. And in there, like, I'll just be sat in my car going to my 9 to 5 job with my fucking t-shirt, not t-shirt, with my shirt on and tie on, and looking all smart, and listen to songs about, I'm gonna fucking rob you, I'm gonna kill you, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that to you. just for me to get to my job and be like, yeah, time to start my 9 to 5, time to get on with my life. But everyone has different days. I personally think that I have a large catalogue. And what I mean by that is, I believe that I have a large, like a big enough taste in different kinds of music. Like seriously, I can listen to anything. American, mumble rap, R&B, hip hop, even country, even some rock as well. Even in the UK, I even listen to some Latin music, some Arabic music, even though I don't know what the fuck they're saying. I'm more of a person that goes by the beat. Like if it's got a good beat to it, they could be saying some next level shit, but I'll still be bopping to it in my car, bop 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 bop, just chilling to it, and that's just the way I am, and that's the way I roll. So what has been going on? What has been going on in this crazy, crazy year, in this crazy, crazy world? So recently, President Trump and his wife got diagnosed with coronavirus. And this is quite recent. Now, what it makes you think is, like, the way President Trump was going on about it, he was like acting all fucking, how he is, innit? He acts like a prick. He was acting like he's a big man, and he was like, oh, coronavirus, it's never going to infect me, and he was giving out, remember that time when he's giving all that fake news, basically fake advice, saying, oh, drink this, and, it cures it, and I'm never going to get it. And what happens? The fucking idiot ends up getting it. He ends up getting it right near election time as well, because they're having electional debates, aren't they? And he ended up getting it. There's quite a few articles out there that were saying that, him and his first lady tested positive, and they were self-isolating. So, like, like President Trump here, like, he's quite old. I believe he's 74, and because of his age, he's in that high risk group. And where people of a certain age, where they're saying about coronavirus, if you're like above a certain age, which I believe is if you're above 50 and you get coronavirus, you can get some complications. And but like what I mean by complications is you can get fucking deaded off. It can kill you. That's it. If it gets worse, straight to the hospital, deaded off. And so that's why they were like, oh, so he's at high risk and his wife's at high risk as well. So they need to self-isolate, make sure they're recovering, not overworking themselves. But at the end of the day, the guy's the President Trump, yeah. And on top of that, he's a billionaire as well. He'll be getting the best medical care out there. So I've got no doubt in my mind that he'll recover. Like, reports came out that was basically saying that, he just had mild symptoms of the coronavirus. And he was basically just resting and trying to recover for himself. And what I personally think myself is, it could be a potential excuse, because right now everyone knows, especially in America, that they're having the election. So it's President Trump against Joe Biden. They already had the debate, which was a fucking shit show, back and forth, fake news, this, that, or you said this, you said that. Like, those old type of debates that used to make sense, those are long gone. It's all about fucking show and who can disapprove of the other person and chat the most shit about the other person. That's all it comes down to. It's entertainment more than politics. It's entertainment mixed with politics. That's what I'd call it. But I personally think it could be a good excuse for him. Now, he's got the coronavirus and he has to self-isolate for 14 days, yeah? 2 weeks. Even though he might be feeling fine, still, regardless of if he's feeling fine or not, he has to self-isolate. Now, when it comes to the elections, and say he loses for whatever reason, or he might win, I'm not saying he's going to lose. To be honest, I don't really have, let's say, a pony in the elections in America. Like, I couldn't give two fucks who wins or who loses, yeah? As long as they're doing a good job, that's perfectly fine with me. But if he loses, his main excuse, and I guarantee you this as well, and just remember this, I said it on this podcast first, right here, right now, put your date on, look at your pen and paper, put the date down, put the time down, what time you're listening to, and mark it as well, because you're going to come back to this and be like, yo, he was talking right. But mark my words, if he says for some reason does lose the elections, he's going to come back and say, the only reason I lost the elections was because I got the coronavirus. I had to self-isolate for 14 days, and in those 14 days, I couldn't promote myself. I couldn't do, certain activities out there to get the general public on my side and gain more followers and gain more votes. And that's going to be one of his main excuses. I guarantee it. I'm not saying it's only going to be his only one. Fair enough, he might have others as well, but it's going to be one of his main ones. Hear my words. And if he wins, he wins. He's gonna chat shit like, oh yeah, I was gonna win this and that. But personally, I think it plays well into him right now. And who knows, he could be faking it. Nowadays, because of all this fake news, it's not hard, especially with a man with his kind of power and his kind of money, to fake some shit. Get some doctors, pay them off, like give them about 100 G's, 200 G's, and tell them, listen, fake my results and say I've got coronavirus, and maybe that will help me. Maybe that will give me an excuse that when it comes to elections and I lose, I can say, yeah, look, I was out of the elections for 2 weeks and that's why I lost. I couldn't gather my supporters in those 2 weeks. But we'll see. And to be honest, like, at the end of the day, like, if the guy goes and goes to hospital and ends up dying because of coronavirus, then, we all know it wasn't fake and he was really suffering from it. But I personally think it's not fake. Like, I do really think he's got coronavirus, but I think it's a really good use political wise for him to put there. Like, he can it's a really good excuse that he can use when it comes to the elections, and for whatever reason, say if he does lose, he can put that out there and then try to, I don't know what he's going to try to do, but whoever wins in these elections, yeah, I love my American fans, I love you all out there, but you guys in there, you're either too right or you're too left, political wise. There's no middle ground for you lot, and I understand that as well, because there's no middle party. You're either with the right or left, and it's causing a divide between your country right now. And if all you have to do is go on Twitter, go on Facebook, go on Instagram, anything that someone posts, or if there's certain actors that elect a certain person, like for example, The Rock. I was on his Instagram profile, and he basically put a photo out, and under the photo caption he was like, it's going to be elections, everybody should go out there to vote, and they should vote, he's voting for Joe Biden because he believes, blah blah blah, his policies are this and that. And the comments under there were fucking 50-50 split. Like, there was no middle ground. There's no one. There could have been a few, but from what I could see, there was no one there saying, okay, then, he's entitled to his own decision. He can vote for whoever he wants, and that's perfectly fine. It was either people saying, oh yeah, we stick with you, The Rock, you're going with Joe Biden and we're on the same ground and you're making sense and he's the correct person to go to. Or there was like other people on there saying, nah, you're doing I'm not a fan of you anymore. Why the fuck would you go for Joe Biden? He's gonna die soon. He's fucking 80 plus. He slurs his speeches. He can't remember what he said. He can't even remember what he ate the day before. So how the fuck is he gonna run the country? It was a big divide, and whatever happened, like, that's what I mean, innit? Whatever happens, whatever outcome we do come to, at the end of the day, it's just gonna cause some kind of uproar. It's gonna cause some kind of uproar, and I think, it's 2020. A lot of shit's happened. A lot of bad shit keeps happening. Anything could happen. That's all I'm gonna say. Anything could happen, and but we'll see. We'll see what happens, and may the best man win. That's all I've got to say about that topic about our kid Trump and his wife with the whole corona thing. That's all I've got to say about him. And let's bring it back to the UK. And this happened today. Well, it got finalised today. But 2 billionaire brothers from Blackburn, which is a town in UK, United Kingdom, have basically bought Asda for £6.8 billion. Come on, let's have a round of applause for that. Let's have a round of applause for that. That's fucking sick. That's the kind of shit I love to see. 2 brothers from the UK, yeah, born and bred in the UK, Muslim brothers from Blackburn. They started. What they did was they started a petrol company back like fucking time ago, like over 2 decades ago. They started a petrol company called Europe Garages. I see that petrol company all the way around, and now they own over 5,200 petrol stations across the UK and Europe. They're worth in the billions. They've got billions of pounds of personal wealth, and what happened was Walmart, which my American fans and obviously UK people as well would know, is an American company, like a I wouldn't say it's a grocery store, because they do everything. They do clothes, appliances, food, everything. So it's supermarket, yeah, supermarket. They do everything. But Walmart owned Asda, and they owned it for a long ass time, and they were trying to sell it, and there's quite a few people that are trying to buy Asda, and my G's from Blackburn, UK, fucking bought it for 6.8 billion fucking pounds. And this whole process lasted like several months. It came, you know, like I said, it came about when Walmart decided to, you know, sell their controlling stake in Asda, and you know, quite a few people were shooting their shot for it, and these guys just came out of the blue and just fucking just bought it out, you know. And it's really good to see, because it's not like a big ass company, like a big ass company, like a different company that's bought out as the like it's two UK brothers, yeah, born and bred in the UK, started their business from scratch. Yeah, these guys had nothing, and you know, no money, nothing. They literally came from nothing, built it from the bottom to the top, made billions in the process, and went and bought Asda, one of the biggest superstars in the whole of the UK. You just gotta congratulate him, man. And that's what you call fucking hustle. That's the kind of shit I like to see. Like, I love to see that kind of shit. Do you know when people like that hustle from the bottom to the top? It just makes me happy. And like I said, once again, I want to congratulate them. And it's fucking mad, isn't it? Like in the UK, like there's a lot of people congratulating them, but there's that a small minority of, you know, far right fucking dickheads a little bit angry about it. Like, oh, two Muslim brothers, they bought Asda. What the fuck are they gonna do? Are they gonna make it all halal? Are they gonna do this? Are they gonna do that? And hey, I don't mind that shit. If they make Asda halal, I'll be perfectly fine with that. I'll fucking go there, eat, and do it. Because listen, I normally shop at Sainsbury's, yeah. I normally shop at Sainsbury's and Tesco's, yeah. I go Asda very little, but because two man from the UK bought this, yeah, and I want to represent UK businesses and I want to support UK businesses, yeah, I'm gonna start shopping in Asda more. Fuck it, I'm gonna start going Asda more. You know, I just love to see that kind of shit, just hustling, you know, hustling from nothing, and then you know, making it really really big. So once again, congratulations to them. I can't wait to see what they do. They do have big plans as well. Like there's reports that say they plan to fucking invest over £1 billion in the next 3 years in Asda, like, you know, to make it bigger, to open up more stores, to open up more varieties of food, and fucking hell, man, it's good. And when I think about it, like, I'm like, £1 billion fucking dollars in pounds in 3 years, mad, mad. Like, it's a number that you can't even imagine. But you know, all the best, and I wish him the most success. Congratulations once again. And talking of money, I've got a funny story as well. So this is going back to my college days, back when I was a little rebel, back when I used to fuck about, you know, my college days. Me back in college, like, was basically me not going to any of my classes, and because I wouldn't go to any of my classes, I wouldn't get EMA. What was EMA? EMA was basically like a little, it was like a, what do you call it? It was like a monetary, like, it was money support that the college provided. And one of the factors to it, one of the basically you know, clauses to it, let's say, that was that you had to basically attend all of your college classes, and that's the only way you'd get the money every week. And me, like, I'd go to like 2 3 classes a week, and then I'd miss the rest of them and not get paid. So believe me, I was broke in college a lot, nearly all the time, just fucking broke. But anyway, so yeah, so the funny story about my mate. So this guy, I met him in college, and you know, he was like me, he was broke as well, and you know, we just started talking, and he'd tell me about his family as well. Like, he'd always say, like, his family was quite strict on him. Like, he was the only son, which in most places, like, you'd think he'd get spoiled, but his family, like his dad especially, was really really strict. Like, he was like, you go to college, you come back home, you know, you can't do this, you can't do that, you know, you want pocket money, here's a fiver, and that's for the rest of the week. Like, really really fucking strict. So what he did was, he used to play scratch cards a lot. You know, they were quite cheap, so he'd buy them for £1 every week, and he'd scratch it off. And one week comes, and he comes running into college, and like, he's like, I've won. I'm like, what the fuck? What do you mean you've won? And he showed us a scratch card, and he won £30,000. Now, one thing you got to understand is, at this time, yeah, in college, we are all 17 years old. Imagine, as a 17-year-old, yeah, you won 30,000 pounds. And he was like, what the fuck shall I do with this now? And so what he did was, because he knew the minute he'd tell his parents that he won £30,000, they'd get that shit off him straight away. No questions, no negotiation. Like, you win 30k, it's not your 30k, it's my fucking 30k. That's what his parents would be like. So he had to come up with something. Like, he couldn't ball and show it because his parents would have become suspicious. They'd be like, how is this broke ass fucking kid buying, all this kind of shit when he has no money? So they become suspicious. So what he did was, like a fucking idiot, he told his parents, he was like, I'm going, the college is arranging a trip to France, and I'm gonna, yeah, France. So he tells his parents, college trip to France. Him and about 8 of his close friends book a flight to fucking Spain, Barcelona, and he blows £15,000 in 5 days. 15 fucking thousand pounds, yeah? He's 17 years old, blows it, popping bottles, VIP tables, big hotels, first class flights, eating all the fancy shit every day, living like a proper baller for 5 days. Comes home, he's got 15 grand left over, buys a car, tells his little mama and papa, I bought a car for about 2 grand off my mate. And that was 30 grand gone in 2 weeks. Can you imagine that? Fucking 30 grand gone in 2 fucking weeks. Tell you what, I wouldn't mind 30 grand. But that's it for this week's episode, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Subscribe, like, and share. I'll see you guys next week.